Well, hello everybody, it's Suffolk Andy here, and today it's a beautiful day, so we thought we'd go for a ride. Where we're going, I don't know. It's another one of those wherever the road takes us, I suppose. Yeah, so I don't know. So we'll take you along anyway for the ride, as they say. I dare say I'll be talking a load of nonsense on the way, but there you go. This visor down. It's a bloody good 23 degrees today. It's even warmer than last week's fun run, so it's a little bit hotter, but there's a nice breeze, you know what I mean, so it's quite nice. Thought about going to the coast for a change, but it will be manic down there. So a day like today, everybody's going to be at the coast on the beach, which I don't blame them. I don't blame them. You know, when I was a bit younger, when I had my boys, it was Dad Beach, and we used to go. So yeah. Well, the road's blows. I bet there's been an accident or something. Doesn't look good. Thank you, mate. Oh well, that's a change of plan. That's definitely a change of plan. Oh, they got diversions up. Something's happened down there. What the hell we got here now? Road closed ahead, so we've got to go down this one. What do I know? Oh, God, we're on Chippins. Oh, I hate these things. I hate these bloody cheap Chippins. Do you know, when I used to work on the roads doing the traffic management, I used to watch this stuff go down. Oh, let's spray a thin layer of tar down and we chuck all these stones on top, and the cars can push them in. The roads get worse and worse after the years, the more times this is done. It piles up in the middle, look, makes it dangerous for bikes. So I felt that when I went across that. Oh, hate the stuff. And do you know why they do it? Because it's bloody cheap. Instead of tarmacking the whole road properly, they're like ball bearings, you know what I mean? It's alright on 4 wheels, but bloody 2 wheels, a friggin' nuisance. If you can see there's a massive greenhouse. It's massive, it comes all the way through here. It was built just before COVID. Can't see much more, but it's huge. It goes all the way down to here. I think it cost about £5 million or something to build, and it absolutely sits there now empty, not being in use, because the idea was to grow home-grown vegetables like tomatoes and stuff, and after COVID and the war in Ukraine, the price of energy went up and they couldn't afford to use it. So somebody lost the shirt on that one, and it just sits there now empty. Crazy. Right, we're at St Mary's Church, Barking. It's a big old church, as you can see. This was the one that we were going to do a little bit of spooky stuff with in the graveyard here, and we were going to do it today, but my son made a schoolboy error. he came round mine and he hadn't got a card in his brand new GoPro 12. Is that a 12, Aaron, or 11 you got? 12. It's a 12. So he'd set it all up and he forgot to put a card in, so the only card we had was in my handheld camera, my little GoPro 6, so he's nicked that. So, but as you can see, it's a beautiful place, and goes all the way down there as well. It's massive round the front. This is the back of the church, by the way. It's quite spectacular at the front, and I will come back shortly and see what we can pick up in this graveyard. Right, back to the ride. Look at that lovely big old house over there. Now, when I was here about 3 or 4 years ago, I met the old lady who lives there. I don't know if she's still alive or still lives there, but she came over and spoke to me, and I had quite a long conversation with her. And she was a Tory voter, as you could imagine, living in a place like that. And she changed her mind, and this was several years back, maybe just before COVID. And she was saying that she'd never vote for them again, betrayers and all this sort of stuff. And she was quite an interesting lady. It'd have been interesting if she was about today. I would have gone and spoke to her again, see if she could remember me. But anyway, we're going to get on with the ride. Here we go. Right, we're at Lavenham. Yes, Lavenham. Just followed the road, brought us here. Wasn't planned. So we're at Lavenham. I've spoke about this place many times when we've been through. As you can see, look, it's medieval. The majority of it, wall town. Yeah, big old church, crooked house, but look at these houses, how old they are. Yeah, one hell of a place, very touristy as well. Very touristy, very nice. Now look at that whole thing. Wow, be fun to go out in that in a day. Right, we're now going to make our way through to Hadley and that way home, but I was just looking at these electric cars charging away here, and I think we'll have a little talk about electric cars if I can on the way back. So I can honestly tell you now, I'm not a fan, but there you go, we'll see. So we'll talk about that on the way back. Yeah, I was going to say about these electric cars, I honestly don't think they're a solution. I think they're alright for town, riding around town and stuff like that, but long distance, oh my god. I watch a channel called Jeff Buys Cars, and he's had a couple of races or a couple of journeys against his mate who's got a electric car, and they've done John O'Groats to Land's End, and for the electric car friend was a bloody nightmare, really was a nightmare. And the differences between his X5 and this electric car, you just couldn't comparison, because it cost him cheaper in the X5 and a lot quicker than his mate with the electric car. It was dearer for his mate with the electric car than it was the X5, and it was all to do with charging as well. This guy had nothing but a nightmare charging up down the country. Weren't working, too many people queuing up for them, and no, I don't think so, not for me. And he also said that a lot of the dock areas are now absolutely full of electric cars that nobody wants. Apparently we don't want them, so that's causing a bit of a problem. Nobody seems to even want one. I don't want one. I'm quite happy with what I got, and they reckon we're going to be flooded soon with cheaper electric cars from China. So who's going to buy those? I don't know. You know, you have to charge them up. Even if you have a quick charge, it's still a lot longer than much longer than sitting in a petrol station getting some petrol. I think our politicians making all these demands by 2035 and no more combustion engine cars and bikes and all that sort of stuff. I actually think they don't know what they're talking about. It ain't gonna happen, and to force us into it and bankrupt us over all this stuff, and it will bankrupt us. Well, China keeps building coal power stations and they got hundreds of them, you know. It's not going to solve the problem, is it? So I don't know, let me know what you think. Are you an enthusiastic person for an electric car, or would you just think, nah, don't want one of them? Because I can honestly say I'm not interested. But anyway, let's get on with the ride. Well, that's the end of our day. We just sat on this little bench here and we've had a good half an hour talking about things and whatever, me and the boy. We finished at a church, which is usual. That's my little bric-a-brac place. They've just closed it down. Got myself something off there which was 20p. So so it just leaves me to say, all ride safe, love each other, Suffolk Andy.